Tonight we're doing repeating patterns. And that can look a lot of different ways. Oh, upside down. So what we're starting with is a grid pattern, and we're using that grid pattern as a place to consistently place our shape across the page. And you can use any shape, you know. These are done the same way. I just used the grid, chose either inside the square or along the crosshair, and placed my pattern throughout the grid. And what I turned out tonight was strawberries. What about you, Cheryl? How are you feeling about it? What are you going to draw tonight? Oh, you're on mute too. Can I unmute you?
All right. My original plan was more ambitious than I am talented. So I'm back to the drawing board for now. And I'm just redoing my grid because
What was your original plan and why didn't it work?
Little chickens and trying to get some consistency has been a challenge.
Okay. I think I may have casually made a joke to Whitney that I thought you might do little chickens.
Yes, and I'm not totally giving up. I just have to change the shape of them so that I can get some sort of consistency. So, but
closure, the last time I made things with a pattern of little chickens, I totally ripped it off the internet and just like printed it on my printer.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So
great subject matter. I love them.
Maybe eggs instead of chickens.
That's definitely a simpler shape. You know, they don't have to be, if you do enough of them and they're really close, they don't actually have to all be the same. Like if you're looking at these fish, they're not really that consistent. And if you do like a cutesy shape, there's more forgiveness if you make a mistake.
Yes. Message.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, that looks like a quilt.
Light is kind of bad, but my first snake.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. You made that stamp, eh, Whit?
Yeah. 12 years ago. So I'm like, okay, we don't have to call you. You will be fine.
Yeah. Yes, it's nice when you can turn them around.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing with having to manage a flock. It's not all just getting eggs and good times.
No, it's not. There's lots of little heartbreaks along the way.
I have to collect my eggs so often because it's so cold right now. If you leave them for more than like 6 hours, they'll like freeze and crack open. So I have to like check the eggs like twice a day at least to get them out of there in time.
I haven't had to do that here, but this is really only my second winter and it's pretty mild here.
What coloring materials do you have, Darlene?
I'm using Micron pens.
Oh yeah, very nice. What do you work with, Cheryl?
I've got a pencil right now and pencil crayons.
Nice. You work with a marker in there, Julie?
Yes, Crayola, and those one with fine liner. They're cool too. Really skinny tips.
They're neat.
Get those good details in there.
Not bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, really cool.
Just basic.
And I know she can't say it out loud, but we know Lorene's working in pencil crayons. And she's very much feeling green this week.
I lived in a maple grove, maple and cedar, and we got cold enough there that we could do maple syrup.
Oh,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah, there's not that much of that out here. There was a lot of it where I grew up in Ontario, but it's not
Yeah.
nearly as common here.
No, well, and it's not really well known that you can use the big leaf maple sap for syrup here. It takes more volume, but it makes a beautiful dark syrup. But it doesn't like to flow unless it was like below 0 at night and then above 0 in the day.
Yeah, you need that like 5 degrees like
Yeah.
above during the day and that 5 degrees below.
Yeah.
Like prime.
And then it's just like shooting out of there so fast. It's so amazing.
Yeah, and if you get like consistent cold nights, the season will just go on and on and on. Like
Yes.
if it burns off too fast or whatever, but if it keeps getting cold like that at night, it'll like never end.
Yeah, our longest run, I think, was like 6 weeks, but we pulled a lot of sap.
It's so long.
Then did you have the sugar shack on the property to burn it or to boil it down?
I used I converted a big old barbecue and just used a tiger torch underneath my canning pot, and many hours of waiting and that noise. Oh, I still don't like the sound of a tiger torch. It's like one of those processes that just gets longer and longer the farther in you go. Like by the time you actually have syrup, like you're in tears. You just want it to be over.
Yeah.
You have to like clean all the buckets and stuff. Like there's no, it's like you're on the clock until it's over nights and days. Like,
and there's points where you can kind of walk away and do other stuff, but there's other points where you can't, like you have to have both eyeballs on it.
Particularly
all
the
that
boiling part, right?
Yeah, when you get down to that where it's starting to actually turn, it's like it happens so suddenly where it's syrup now. I felt so like amazing though the first time I opened like my jar of syrup, and yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's like making salt with ocean water.
Yes, totally, exactly that, Julie. It's like, I got salt and I got sugar covered.
Which are the hard things,
For
right?
the apocalypse.
Like, people have traded a lot to get those things.
Yeah.
To let you in on the joke, Julie makes salt.
oh, do you make salt? That's so cool.
Yes, out of the water from Mitchell Bay, just in front of our house. And then we have a little salt shack that we built, and then my boyfriend is here all day, so he's boiling the water all day.
That's so cool. I love
We're
it.
getting down to our last 10 minutes, so I'm going to talk a little bit about for next week. Next week, we're going to we've had 2 kind of technical weeks. So next week, we're going to go back to colors. We all know our color wheel. We've looked at this a bunch of times. The next week, we're going to do contrasting colors, which are the colors across from each other on the color wheel. And those sets are red and green, blue and orange, and purple and yellow, or black and white. And so, yeah, you can draw whatever you want again next week. Maybe you want to do something kind of abstract. You like your ruler, you like drawing the circles. Or maybe you're feeling like it's time to draw an actual objective picture. That's also an option. Just pick the contrasting colors that you like working with. You could also stay in the abstract, just work in black and white. Maybe you don't have a lot of markers around. Or again, you can play around with color, just geometric shapes. Just as long as you pick your favorite set of the contrasting colors. Yeah, I think it'll be good to have a couple of loose weeks again. And does everybody want to show how far they got? Oh, that's really pretty, Darlene.
Oh, cool.
Yours is kind of pop art, Julie.
I don't know if you can.
Hey, you managed a chicken and an egg. Also, I love your quilt pattern.
Cute.
Oh, they make really good cards.
Right? The light's kind of bad for this in this corner for them, but
And they have
yes,
a
I
bit
did
of a
two
shop.
different. Is shiny. You can kind of see some of the shine on there. They're like almost the same like color, like hue, like they're the same on the same gray scale. Both of these colors, so they don't really pop as much as I want them to.
Right.
But
Do you think if you went around them with like a gold pen or a white pen?
yeah, like a white pen would be cool. I don't really want to. I might do black just because I do want to like write a note on some of them too. Like Happy Lunar New Year 2025.
I say goodnight to everyone, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Hope everybody gets their ideas ready for contrasting colors.